Hey, I am so excited about this week's English lesson. In this English lesson, I'm going to give you the ultimate English study plan. Listen, this is a plan that you can start implementing today. That's right, today. And I guarantee it will improve your English fluency so much that by the end of this year, you will be in absolute shock by how much your English fluency has improved. Are you ready? Well then, I'm Teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. Now, I hope you have your pen and paper ready. Step number one. This is a 5-step plan. All right. Step number one. Step number one is select a topic that you are interested in. Now, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why this is so important, but you've heard me say it before, right? Now, I need you to understand the power of studying topics that you are interested in. Remember, this year is the year we are going to transform your English. But in order to do this, we need to remember the things that are important for your English journey to make it more interesting. Step number one for this plan is to select a topic that you are interested in. Let me give you the reasons. Reason number one, it increases motivation and engagement in the learning process. My friend, you already know, learning English is not the easiest sometimes, right? You have so many things to learn, whether it be grammar rules, expressions, vocabulary words, sentence patterns, and the list goes on. And sometimes you can feel a little bit discouraged. Sometimes you feel like, I'll just stop for a while and come back to it. Why? Because you've gotten discouraged because it's boring. However, step number one of this plan is to pick a topic that you're interested in. And when you study something you're interested in, you'll stay motivated because you already like the topic. Here's the second reason why this first step is so important. It increases the likelihood of long-term retention and application of knowledge, applying what you're learning. For example, when I was studying Korean, and I've mentioned this to you before if you've been following me for a long time, I started off with cooking. I was a beginner. I did not at that time understand everything that was being said on the cooking programs that I was watching. But because I was interested in the topic, step number one, I retained a lot of the vocabulary words. And later on, when I spoke with my Korean friends, I was able to apply what I learned. I was able to use some of the words. Why? Because I already was interested in the topic. So I had tons of vocabulary words in English, in my first language, already stored in my brain. The same will be true for you. You already have certain words and expressions stored in your brain from your own language about the topic that you're interested in. So the moment you pick a topic that you're interested in and start studying English based on that topic, your brain is like, oh, okay, we already have a storehouse. We already have a database of those words. Let's add the English version. Boom. Triggers are formed. We're talking about the ultimate English study plan, and it starts with first picking a topic that you're interested in. The third reason why this first step is key, it fosters or creates a positive learning experience and enjoyment in studying English. No one wants to be bored. You are busy. You either have a family or a job that keeps you busy or many other things that you are responsible for. So when it comes to English, you don't want to be bored. You don't want to be forced to open up books, to do certain things, maybe study on your phone. When it's something you're already interested in, all of a sudden your English learning journey starts to be just a bit more fun. So, step number one, write this down. Select a topic that you are interested in. All right? Let's move on to step number 2. Again, the ultimate English study plan to help you improve your English fluency. Step number 2. It's important for you to find 2 vocabulary words and expressions related to the topic. Now remember, this ultimate English study plan can be used every single day. I guarantee if you do this every day, your English is not only going to blow your mind, it's going to blow the minds of everyone around you. So you can choose how often you apply this study plan. But I'm telling you, if you do it every day, your mind will be blown. Step number 2, find 2 words. I didn't say 35. I didn't say 10. 2 words and expressions related to the topic. Now you're probably asking yourself, okay, Tiffani, you said this is the ultimate English study plan and now you're telling me only 2 words? Why? Here's reason number 1. Finding vocabulary words and expressions related to a topic of interest will help you better understand the subject matter. So you're studying all of these things, right? Up until now, before seeing this video, before listening to this lesson today, you've been studying in many different ways, right? But now I'm giving you a plan that will work. And step 2 is finding vocabulary and expressions related to the topic you are already interested in. Remember, I explained in your brain, you already have a database of vocabulary. Those words just aren't in English. Now you're getting the English words and you're adding them to the database you already have. This is going to help you understand the subject matter even more, enjoying the process. The second reason why it's so important to find words and expressions related to the topic is that learning vocabulary in the context of a topic, not random, in the context of a topic of interest, will allow you to make connections and understand how the words are used in real life situations. Let me break this down a little bit more. My friend, as you're studying English, right, there are moments when you feel a little bit scattered, right? You feel like you're just studying a whole lot of things, right? What this plan will do is, instead of having you scattered, it will actually help you be more organized. Your brain will thank you. Why? Because everything will be connected. Picking a topic you're interested in. Step 2, picking words and expressions about that topic. Now your brain is like, okay, I can follow along with this. Yes, you're learning the language, but now you are following a pattern. And you'll be able to use these words and expressions faster in real life situations. Why? The only reason you get stuck, the only reason you get nervous, the only reason you have this experience of your brain going blank when you're in conversations is because your brain is not moving fast enough to find the connections. Hey, we're having this conversation, but I don't know what word you want. You know a lot. The moment you start studying based on this plan, your brain will say, okay, we're studying about cooking this week. That's the topic. And now the conversation is about cooking. Okay, let's go to the cooking database with vocabulary words and expressions. This study plan makes it easier for you to retain information and regurgitate or use that information. Makes sense, right? Now here's a third reason why step number 2 is so important. Finding vocabulary words and expressions related to a topic of interest encourages you to think creatively, expand your linguistic repertoire, and express yourself more effectively. What happens when you have a plan, when you're following this plan, and when you're creating these pockets of information that are organized in your brain? What happens is the direct effect will be more confidence. Many times restrictions can actually result in more freedom. It's a very interesting phenomenon, even as it relates to art. For example, I'm an artist as well. When my teachers, when I was in school, would give me different restrictions, Tiffani, I need you to draw a person. I need you to draw a young man in his teenage years who attends high school. All of a sudden, my brain went crazy, thinking of different ideas. But when my teachers just said, draw anything, all of a sudden it's like, well, I felt scattered. The same is true for your English journey. What we're doing right now with this ultimate English study plan is putting the correct restrictions or parameters around your English journey to help you think creatively and expand. It's going to have amazing effects. So again, step number two, find 2 vocabulary words and expressions related to the topic. And again, I'm encouraging you to do this at least 3 times a week, at the least, right? Let's move on to step number 3 of this ultimate English plan that will help you speak English fluently. Step number 3, choose a fluency formula. Oh yeah, it's about to get good. Now, you know, if you've been studying with me for a while, I love plans and I love formulas. Students in my academy, the Speak English with Tiffani Academy, know how much I love giving them formulas that they can use to apply in real English conversations. And I want you to experience the same thing. So here we go. You need to choose a fluency formula. And you're probably asking, Tiffani, I'm not in your academy. Hopefully you'll join us, but I don't know what a fluency formula is. Don't you worry. I literally have created 3 fluency formulas for you. So again, I need you to have your pen and paper out right now. I'm giving you these formulas. Step number 3 is you need to choose one of these. Here's formula number 1. A plus D plus S. I'm going to say it one more time. A plus D plus S. The A stands for answer. The D stands for details. And the S stands for summary. This is formula number 1. Answer plus 3 details plus a summary. We're talking about helping you speak English more fluently. You're picking a formula, and don't worry, when we get to step 4, this will make even more sense, how to apply these formulas. But these are fluency formulas. Fluency formula number 1, A plus D plus S. A equals answer, D equals details, and you always want 3 details, and S stands for summary, all right? Let's move on to number 2, formula number 2. A plus R plus S. Remember, follow along, write them down. Step number 4 will explain it more, okay? A plus R plus S, okay? Fluency formula number 2. A stands for answer, very good. R stands for reasons, and S stands for summary. Right about now, you're starting to see a little bit of similarity between this one and the first fluency formula, right? We have A being answer and S being summary. But right in the middle, we have the R for reasons, and you want 3 reasons. So remember, the very first fluency formula was A plus, you got it, D plus S. Answer, 3 details, and a summary. Now, fluency formula number 2 is A, answer, plus R, reasons. Yep, 3 reasons, and S, summary. Excellent. All right. Now, fluency formula number 3. Remember, step 3 is to choose one of these formulas. All right. Fluency formula number 3. A plus E plus S. I'm getting excited. Again, because I know the power of this plan. I've seen it work for so many English learners, and I'm excited for you. Again, this is your year, all right? So A plus E plus S. Now, what does the A stand for? Yes, my friend, answer. What does E stand for? It stands for experience. And S stands for, yes, summary. Now, fluency formula number 3 is very interesting. I'm sure you've heard native English speakers having conversations. And in the midst of the conversation, all of a sudden, they start telling a story. They start talking about their personal lives. They start talking about their experience. I tell you a story at the end of each lesson during story time, right? Why? Because I know the power of speaking about one's experience. It makes you feel closer to the person, right? You get to know them more. Well, when it comes to English fluency, it is very important for you to learn this skill. It doesn't matter if I'm telling you, I'm going to show you on the screen. I have some lotion sitting on my desk right now, right next to me. And someone could ask me a question, Tiffani, what's your favorite lotion? Because I'm a native English speaker, because I've been practicing for a long time and I'm able to speak English fluently, I could give you 3 details, I could give you 3 reasons, or I could give you an experience related to lotion without hesitation. This is where I want you to get. By the end of this year, you will be able to do that again, following this ultimate English study plan. So once again, there are 3 formulas, 3 fluency formulas. The first formula, once again, A plus D plus S. Answer, 3 details, summary. Formula number 2, fluency formula number 2, A plus R plus S. Answer, 3 reasons, summary. And fluency formula number 3, A plus E plus S. Answer, experience, summary. Remember, step number 3 for our ultimate English study plan is to do what? Pick one fluency formula. There are 3 options. You can pick one. Makes sense, right? We're all on the same page. We're together. You wrote your notes down? All right, let's move on now to step number 4 of this ultimate English study plan. Step number 4. Now you are going to find 3 discussion questions related to the topic. You see how we're building, right? Step number 1, select a topic you're interested in. Step number 2, select 2 vocabulary words and expressions related to the topic. Step number 3, select a fluency formula. Now, step number 4, find a discussion question about the topic. You want to find 3. All right? Why? You might be asking yourself, why do we need to find discussion questions, Tiffani? Here's the first reason. Doing this will help you explore the topic from different perspectives and deepen your understanding of the subject matter. Remember, my friend, in order for you to speak English fluently, you must be able to express yourself, your ideas, your opinions, your perspectives on various topics. So, step number 4, finding 3 discussion questions will set you up for success so that later on when the topic is brought up, you've already practiced, right? So, finding 3 discussion questions. Here's the second reason why this is important. You will be more likely to participate actively in conversations, which helps improve your speaking and communication skills. Listen, if you've already practiced various discussion questions, answering them about this topic, when you come to a real life situation and the topic pops up, you're going to walk a little differently. You're going to feel more confident. Why? Because you're going to feel prepared. We're talking about the ultimate English study plan to help you speak English fluently. Here's the third reason why this step is so important. It encourages, you heard me, it encourages critical thinking and the ability to express one's opinions and ideas effectively in English. I mentioned this earlier. Your goal is to be able to express your ideas, your opinions about these topics. This step finding 3 questions, discussion questions about the topic, will help you achieve this. Now, I want to make sure we did go over reason number 1. All right, good. We did go over reason number 1 for why this is so important. So we understand step number 4, find 3 discussion questions related to the topic. Now we get to step number 5. Step number 5, practice and review what you learned with a partner. Remember, in step 4, you found the discussion questions, right? Step number 5, now it's time to practice answering the questions. You pick the fluency formula. You're going to apply that formula as you answer the questions with your partner. Let me give you an example before I give you reasons why this is so important. Let's say, step 1, I picked the topic of cooking. All right, got my topic. Step 2, vocabulary words. 2 vocabulary words and expressions. Let's say I learned the word saute. All right, I'm just going to do 1 word for right now, saute. Step 3, choose a fluency formula. So let's say I choose ADS. Answer, details, summary. And step number 4, we have 3 discussion questions. One of the discussion questions might be, tell me your favorite food to cook. That's the discussion question. I've chosen the formula, the fluency formula, A plus D plus S. Okay, let me answer that now in step 5 with my partner. A plus D plus S, my favorite food to cook. And I did learn the word saute. My favorite food to cook is actually stir fry. Details now, letter D. Stir fry is usually made up of various vegetables, sauteing those vegetables, also adding onions on top of the other vegetables because onions are very important. And then I give another detail. What am I doing? Following the fluency formula, adding the word I learned, and making sure I'm answering the question with my partner. We're talking about the ultimate English study plan that will help you achieve English fluency. Reason number 1 why it's so important to practice with a partner. Collaborating with a partner can enhance motivation and accountability because you can support and encourage each other throughout the learning journey. If I get stuck, for example, man, I only have 2 details. My partner, hey, Tiffany, don't worry. What about adding this detail? All of a sudden, we're encouraging each other. We're holding each other accountable, and it's going to help each of us improve our English fluency. Reason number 2, why this step is so important. Partner practice promotes active learning and participation, as you can exchange ideas, share experiences, and explore different perspectives together. This is why it's so important to practice with someone. Following the first 4 steps, though, then coming to step 5 with a partner, practicing what you've learned. And reason number 3, working with a partner fosters a sense of community and creates a supportive learning environment where you can build relationships and learn from each other. When I say this is the ultimate English study plan, my friend, I am not lying to you. If you apply each of these steps, I guarantee that your English fluency is going to take off, and so will your confidence. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget that if you want to study with me every day and get my free email newsletter, go to www.dailyenglishvocabulary.com. Every day from Sunday to Friday, I send an email out totally for free, giving you 5 new vocabulary words based on a topic. You see the connection? Based on a topic so that you will have confidence to speak English fluently about many different topics in English. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, and remember to always speak English. You still there? You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right. The story I have for you today is a little bit of a shorter one, but it is proof of the power of having a plan. So, several years ago when I was in South Korea, wow, it's been well over a decade, in 2009, when I first went to Korea, I was placed at one of the bigger schools, one of the headquarters schools, and it was a great experience. But we were experiencing a challenging situation, similar to how you're experiencing a challenge with your English, right? And my boss at the time let us know that our Friday night programs, we just weren't getting enough students to come. So he was trying to figure out a way to improve our Friday night programs. Now, you know me. I love figuring out a plan that will help someone overcome a challenging situation. I love looking at my own life and figuring out how I can set up systems and plans to help me achieve a specific goal. So I listened for several weeks as our boss explained the issues, the challenges that were being experienced. Students weren't coming, they weren't participating, and we were having a hard time coming up with ideas. So I looked around me. We were about 40 teachers at the time. And at that moment, we were getting maybe around 40 students to come to our Friday evening programs. So I decided to come up with a plan. I didn't even tell him. I went back to my apartment, and for about a week or two, I created this plan that separated the 40 teachers into 8 or 10 different groups, right? Teams. Each team had people with various talents. After separating them into teams, I created a plan, a structure for our programs. Each program needed to have 5 specific elements. There was a music element, there was an activity element, there was a study element, there was a message element, and then there was like a feedback element. I said every program needs to have the same elements, but each team can think creatively how to present these elements in unique ways. That's the overall plan I came up with, but I had set it up, everything. It was in a document, and my plan was to give it to my boss. I said, hey, I want us to achieve this goal. I created this plan, and I set up these systems. Here you go. You can implement this. He looked at it, and in our next meeting with all the teachers, I was just sitting there. I'd given him the plan, and I was just wanting him to implement it. He said, well, Tiffani is going to be now the head of this project. And I laughed. He said, well, Tiff, you came up with the idea and the plan. Let's make it happen. So even though I had the plan, the teachers had to agree with it. And they did. And in less than a month, we went from having 40 students to having well over 200 students attending our programs on Friday nights on a consistent basis. Now, was that because of me? No. It was because the teachers and my boss and even me, we decided collectively to follow a plan, to put in practice this plan that had systems in it and see if it would work. And it did. Why am I telling you this story? Because today, in this week's lesson, I gave you a plan, an English plan that I am guaranteeing you will work to help you speak English fluently. But it will only work if you put it to work, if you put it into practice. I believe in you. Do you believe in yourself? I'll talk to you next time.